another dinosaurs come back to life movie. Let's check it out. Primitive War, a movie about a group of soldiers who find themselves on a special ops mission to find out that dinosaurs have come back to life via a portal invented by Russians. Now, first things first, let me address the elephant in the room. This film is not better than Jurassic Park, as some other major YouTubers might lead you to believe. Far from it. In terms of story and scripting, the only place that Primitive War beats Jurassic Park Rebirth is in the action. But everything else is just complete ass, same as Jurassic World Rebirth. So the movie follows a group of 7 soldiers who are tasked with doing reconnaissance on a team that went missing earlier in the film. And once they get there, they find out that there are dinosaurs amiss. So up until this point, I mean, the pacing is a little off in this movie, but up until that point, up until about the hour mark, it's a pretty decent movie. There's some action sprinkled throughout, but at the hour mark, it's where it starts to become repetitive, and this movie is 2 hours long.
Really?
It's a whole half hour longer than it actually needs to be. Why? Because there's a subplot about finding the scientists who brought back the dinosaurs through a wormhole, and it was like this, that was just unneeded. The whole dinosaurs and how they got there could have been a mystery, could have been hinted at. This could have been just a straight up survival movie of soldiers finding themselves in a situation and they have to get out. No different than how Predator was set up. But that's not what we get. They had to convolute the story and extend it by adding another 13 characters. So overall, there's about 20 characters that we bounce between. There's the set of 7 soldiers. You lose 1 or 2 here or there. Then you have the set of Russians. Then you have the military personnel overseeing the soldiers. So yeah, the film, it has a bloated cast. And then it also suffers from lack of revisions because characters just have to constantly talk, constantly say this or say that. There's a bunch of jokes that don't match the characters delivering the jokes, and it's like, all right, come on now. Every character doesn't need to have a joke put in there. Every character doesn't need to have an extended backstory, and it's like, come on, movie. And characters in here, they don't respond naturally like a normal person would. It's like certain scenes are just, it's forced dialogue. Like, I have to get to the plot summary, so let me shoehorn a question in that's out of the blue. But there's a lot of forced dialogue in here to move the story along versus them having a goal that they set for themselves, because they're adding to their objective when it wasn't called for. You're adding liability when it wasn't called for, such as taking the Russian doctor that they find that helped them when the 2 soldiers were in trouble at one point in the film. She comes out of the blue, helps them, and she takes them back to her facility and is completely chill the whole way back. But the moment they get in the facility, they start acting all wonky, like, who are you? Who sent you? And I'm just like, why would you wait till you get inside the building, the doors being locked behind you, before you started asking questions like that?
What?
You should have stopped her before y'all entered said facility and did all the questioning before you enter a building that you could not clear with 2 people and have to worry about civilian or potential enemy, potential threat that's right next to you. So that was pretty dumb. And the doctor is just expositing character that knows everything about the dinosaurs, and that gets old. So then we have to follow this subplot of her husband, who's the scientist that brought the dinosaurs through the time travel machine. And it's just like, all right, we didn't need this. All we needed was the soldiers getting the information they needed, gathering it, and making it to the loading zone to get picked up for extraction. This little side mission could have been hinted at for a sequel. The dialogue should have been tightened up, and movie over. Keep the same amount of action, and it doesn't get repetitive, because the final act gets ridiculously stupid, because at one point there's They're waiting in the time travel facility to get extracted. There's only one way out of this facility, and a group of raptors that they met before are standing at the exit. From what you can see, it's maybe like 10 of them. And they all start bottlenecking through this entrance to try to kill them. And I'm just like, okay, what? But instead of just mowing them down and doing everything right there to kill as many as they can, instead they throw a single grenade, fire a few shots, and run. And that's my issue with this movie. There needs to be a set grounds laid with any movie though. And that is, if bullets hurt them, they should continue to hurt them. If they don't hurt certain animals because of their size or thickness of their skin, then that should be known. But these bullets from an AR affect them at one point, then in the next scene they won't affect them. But then a hand pistol will affect them. And it's just like, come on now, let's get some consistency here. And then also you need consistency on how these animals act. If they normally run and immediately go to biting heads and limbs off, then that needs to stay consistent. At one point, a dinosaur literally headbutts a person. And I'm like, what is going on here?
But wait, there's more.
And then it gets even sillier because a soldier who brought a machete is decapitating these animals left and right with one swing. So you mean to tell me he can, with one swing in an awkward position, mind you, not in even a position of where you can throw your body weight around and do anything. He's in like an off position and his body weight is not even set for him to strike at maximum power. So he's able to cut through thick muscles and bone in one slice. And he does this to at least 3 dinosaurs. And I'm like, okay, you've completely lost the plot. Yes, it's entertaining, but it's so CG. He doesn't even look like he knows what he's cutting. He's just like swinging the machete and it doesn't even look believable. If you watch this movie, you'll know the scene that I'm talking about. So I think this movie could have really saved some money. They could have saved a minimum of $2.5 to $3 million had they just cut out the last 30 minutes to make it an hour and a half and then dial it back on how many dinosaurs that we seen. You could have had the 2 major dinosaurs, which is the T-Rex and the Raptors. That's it. And you could have rendered those to where they were close to movie level and got the physics right. And you could have had one final shot like they did where they showed the rest of the valley where the rest of the dinosaurs lived. Then that's when you could have showed the brontosauruses and the triceratops and all the rest of them. But we see those throughout the movie and I'm just like, there's really no need to. I get you want to get the world building in there, but you're doing too much. Condense it and get the story over with so I can feel highly entertained. I'd have to give this 2 out of 5 stars. But those are my thoughts for this movie. Let me know if you've seen this in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one.